Hello viewers, this is Waec 2026 Practical Chemistry number 2. This number 2 is the salt analysis part of the practical, or what is generally called qualitative analysis. Now, I am here to teach you how to solve the question, because practical questions are more or less instructions to be followed. And if you follow the instruction as directed by the examiner, then the sky is your limit. Now let us move into the question. This is number 2. I have posted number 1, so check through my channel, you will see the video. It says you are provided with a solid mixture labeled C. This is a mixture, not one single chemical. Carry out the following tests on C. Record your observations and inferences. So what you are required to do is to make a table. It says carry out the following tests. You write tests. Record your observations. You write observation. And inferences. You write inference. The column for test should be smaller. The column for observation is biggest, followed by the column for inference. This is how your table should look like in a tabular form. This is a table. Now it says divide the sample into 3. The first thing you do is to divide this sample into 3 portions. A. To the first portion, add dilute hydrochloric acid. Test any gas evolved with lime water. Now, this lime water in chemistry is used to test carbon 4 oxide. When carbon 4 oxide is passed into lime water, it will turn it milky. Now, because lime water is involved, it means that once this acid is added to the mixture, carbon 4 oxide will come out. So what you do is, this is A. You write C plus HCl. Because carbon 4 oxide is involved, this HCl is going to produce an effervescence. The sound made when gas is coming out is called effervescence. Like when you open a bottle of Coke and listen, you hear shh. It is called fizzling sound. So you observe effervescence. Under observation, you write effervescence. Now, when effervescence occurs, it means a gas is coming out. You have to observe the nature of that gas, the color and the odor. The gas is colorless and odorless. Colorless and odorless gas. Now, you are expected to pass this gas into lime water. That is why they say test any gas involved with lime water. You also observe what happens when this gas is passed into lime water. So you say which turns lime water milky. And the only colorless and odorless gas that turns lime water milky is carbon 4 oxide. This is lime water, calcium hydroxide. If you pass carbon 4 oxide into it, you will get calcium carbonate, which is chalky, and then water. So it is this calcium carbonate that brings about the chalky or milky appearance. Therefore, under inference, you say gas is carbon 4 oxide. Now, you must also tell us the radical that released carbon 4 oxide. It is always carbonates and hydrogen carbonates that release carbon 4 oxide when they react with hydrochloric acid. When this happens, we have chloride, and we have water, and we have carbon 4 oxide. This is the exact reaction that happens when you add acid to a sample of carbonate or hydrogen carbonate. Since gas is CO2, it now means that CO3 2 minus or HCO3 minus present. Experiment 1 gone. Now number 2 question B. It says filter the mixture obtained from A and to the filtrate add potassium iodide solution. Yes, still inside the test tube, we now have a chemical solution. So you have to filter it to get a solid residue and a colorless filtrate. That filtrate, you have to carry out a test on the filtrate. So it says to the filtrate add potassium iodide solution. You come to question B and say filtrate plus potassium iodide. Potassium iodide is a precipitating agent. It displaces a metal in form of insoluble metallic iodide. If there is a metal in a sample and you put potassium iodide there, the metal will attack the iodide to form metallic iodide, which is insoluble. And this insoluble iodide comes out as a colored precipitate, especially if the metal belongs to D block or transitional elements. Now, when you add potassium iodide, you are going to observe yellow coloration. This yellow coloration is as a result of formation of lead iodide. It is yellow in color and insoluble, meaning that the iodide has attacked lead in the solution and that the sample contains lead. Therefore, your inference should be lead ion present. You rule your line. C question. Heat the second portion of C in a dry test tube. The second portion now, you are through with the first portion. So you are going to heat the second portion in a dry test tube. What you do is you write C plus heat. When you heat this mixture, you are going to get a black substance. The substance will darken, it will blacken, it will char. So your observation should be black residue or blackening observed. When you heat a substance and it darkens, it is a proof that that substance is an organic compound, because organic compounds are compounds of carbon, and carbon is black when heated. Remember, charcoal is a result of heating firewood. If you heat glucose, it becomes black. So, because the mixture becomes black, C contains an organic compound. Number 3 question gone. Now to the third portion, it says add few drops of iodine solution. Iodine test is used to confirm if this organic compound is starch. If it is starch, it means it will turn blue-black. So what we are going to do is you say C plus iodine solution. And what we are going to observe is blue-black coloration. This coloration, you can call it precipitate, yellow precipitate. Now, because you got blue-black coloration, you are now going to confirm that organic compound as starch. Therefore, the inference is starch confirmed. And this is the answers to the number 2 of Waec Chemistry Practical 2026. Please tap on subscription if you are new to this channel and share this video as wide as possible. Bye.